Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is your Team Fusion Getting Started launch video. My name is Darren Burks, and I will be walking you through this training video. And first of all, the purpose of this training is to understand our mission, obtain the necessary tools you need to be successful in this business, become a qualified distributor, which we'll go into more later, learn the skills needed to reach the level of Jade, hit your fast start bonuses. So most importantly, get your notebook and pen out right now, and we're gonna get started. So my name is Darren Burks, and I've been in Team Fusion and Coyote since February of 2016. And I have been an entrepreneur for the greater part of my life, and that stems from losing my parents early in life, and being forced to really think outside the box and not rely on just a 9 to 5 to survive. I ended up losing everything in my early 20s and becoming homeless. And if I didn't have an opportunity to be my own boss and to control my own destiny, that might happen to me again. So that has been one of my life goals, is to teach people how to become their own boss and how to build a business. And but unfortunately, that's been very tricky in life because most people just don't have either the connections, the capital, or the skills to be successful in business. That's why I fell in love with Team Fusion. And Team Fusion allowed me to be able to teach practically anybody how to be successful as long as they put forth the effort. I fell in love with the products. We have an amazing product. I fell in love with the tools. I fell in love with the system. I'm going to get into all that right now. But our mission here is to impact 1 million lives by 2018. Now, you can find this mission statement at the website listed below. And I want all of you guys to read all of this, because it's very important to understand who we are, what our vision is, why we exist, why we do it. But I want to share a quick story with you guys. I had the opportunity to sit down and have dinner with one of the founding members, owners of this company, Mr. Kirk Hansen. And he explained to us why he created a network marketing company instead of a corporation. Him and his partner already own other businesses and corporations. So we were wondering, why a network marketing company? And his answer was because him and his business partner, Carl Taylor, both had the chance to be successful because of their parents, because of their fathers. Their fathers are the ones that created their family businesses and left it to them. And they still had the business skill and savvy to bring those businesses from $1 million businesses to $1 billion businesses. But they had that initial opportunity because of their last name. So they wanted to create a situation where the average person can succeed without a lot of capital, without a famous last name, and without much skill. And that's what brought them to network marketing. And so that is something that's resonated with me, because you really have to have great founders and owners to really believe in the company as much as we do here in Team Fusion. And that's exactly what we have. So I encourage everybody to go to this website and read through this and really get to know who we are, get to know the 10 rules of Team Fusion. I'm not going to read through it now. I'm going to try to keep this video as short as possible for you guys, because this is a business that's done in your part-time. So we try to do everything as compact as we can, but I don't want to have you guys rush through this video by any means to miss any of the super important stuff that you can't just go to a website and hear. So I'm going to move on to the next one. Now, it all starts here. The 2 most important days in your life are the day you were born and the day you know why. That was said by Mark Twain. And that could not be more true, because a lot of people go through their whole life not knowing their why, not knowing why they do what they do, not knowing what their purpose is, not knowing why they wake up in the morning and go to work. A lot of people just end up in this robotic state, going throughout the days, not knowing what they're doing, not knowing why they work so hard. And that really limits them in what they're able to accomplish in life, because as soon as they hit adversity, if they don't know why they're doing what they're doing, then they're going to quit. They're going to quit. And so it's very, very important to know your why. It is very important to know the passion behind what you do. So my why, I'll share with you guys. So as I mentioned, I lost my mom when I was 14 of cancer, and I lost my father when I was 20 of cancer. And that really, really hit me hard. And I loved my parents, and my parents did everything they could to support me. You know, I still grew up poor. I didn't have much. I never lived in a house. I remember getting Christmas presents from Salvation Army and the food pantry and whatnot. And that really, really hit me hard when I lost them. And I saw the look in their eyes, knowing that they tried everything that they could to support me, and they still had to leave this earth not knowing if I was going to be financially okay or not. And so I vowed to never, ever do that to my children. And now they didn't end up in that situation from a lack of trying. They just didn't have the right tools. They didn't know that there was a better way out there. And so now I do know there is a better way out there. I do know that the dangers of just following the system that's been broken for many, many years. So I've always vowed to make sure that I never, ever, ever, ever put my future children in the same position that I was put in. And so that's what gets me up every day. That's what gets me through my day. That's what gets me through all the hard times in life. It's not what you accomplish when you're having a great day that matters. It's what you accomplish when you're having a terrible day. It's what you accomplish on your worst day that matters. And that, so your why is what's going to get you through that. Everybody has a different why in this business. But your why needs to be stronger than I want a shiny new watch, or I want a flashy new car. It needs to really be so strong that it can make you cry. And so I'm going to share with you a couple of people in this business's whys. You know, Mr. Brandon Stevens. That moment you decide to wake up and buy your dad the ranch that he always wanted. Congrats, Dad. You deserve it. 100 acres for you to go wild, go extreme, and experience more. Hashtag family, hashtag love my best friend. So, I mean, this gentleman got to pay off his father's house. And so that his goal in this business has always been able to take care of his parents. We have Mr. David Nieves here. His reason why is his kids. You know, his reasons my reasons are stronger than my biggest excuse. So right there, he's telling you that, like, no matter what, his kids are going to mean more to him than anything. And so there is going to be no excuse when it comes to building an opportunity to take care of them for the rest of their life. Here you have Kelly Mendoza, who's out there impacting lives, doing charity work in the Philippines last July. And so a lot of people, their goal and the mission in life is to give back to different communities and really give charity. And so that could be your why. Here's another one from Miss Kelly Mendoza. Getting to spend every opportunity that she can with her husband and living life on their terms and traveling the world. And imagine being able to spend every second you can with your significant other. And if you want to, some people might not want every second, but having that option that if that's what you want to do, you can do it. You know, if you want to go travel to Paris, you can do it. If you want to go travel to Aruba, you can do it. And having nothing get in your way. Those are some examples of whys. So I ask you, what's your why? You know, what is it in your mind that is going to push you to that next level? What is it that you truly, truly want to do? Do you want to make sure your kids are financially set for the rest of their life? Do you want to retire your mother? Do you want to retire your father? Do you want to make sure that your aunt never has to work again? Do you want to give back to the homeless or the needy and give charity? You know, what is it? Take a minute and really pause this video and write down your why. Write it down, make it crystal clear. This is important. I don't want you guys to go any further until you know this. And if you really, 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 really need to think of it that hard, then do it. You know, pause it and come back to this video once you figure out your why, because that's the most important part of what we do in anything in life. So Network Marketing University. So this is where I like to start off and say, some of you guys are in this business as a 10%er. You know, you're doing this very, very, very part-time, and some of you guys want to do this full-time eventually. And regardless of who you are and what kind of commitment level you can bring to this business, in this opportunity, you need to keep in mind that there's people out there that are going to college. The average college student spends thousands of dollars and spends years of their life getting a degree in hopes to to find a job and to earn a living. And they're not even promised that. You know, they spend 4 years and hundreds of thousands of dollars to go to get a degree that might just leave them in debt, that might just leave them jobless. It's just the same as if they never went in the first place. People that want to become a doctor, people that want to go out and get a 6-figure income. I mean, becoming a doctor can take 9 or more years of education and training, 4 years of undergrad study, 4 years of medical school, plus a year or two of residency. Like, people put intense effort and time and energy into succeeding in life. So I have really, truly urged you guys to not make the same mistake that many, 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 many people in network marketing have made in the past by quitting too soon, by not learning the craft, by not learning the skills needed to get you everything you want in life. Give yourself at least a year to learn this craft, to learn this profession, because that's what it is a profession. It's not a hobby. If you treat it like a hobby, you're going to get hobby results. It's just like the gym. A majority of people that go to the gym don't get results because they don't actually learn how to go to the gym or put the effort in to exercise. So a lot of people in network marketing have a bad stigma about network marketing because they know somebody that hasn't succeeded in it, and it wasn't because network marketing is bad. It was because they didn't treat it like the serious business it was. People go to school to get a generic degree for 4 years and spend thousands and thousands of dollars. Why would you not give this a year of your life, whether it be fast or slow or how much time in that year? Just give it the time it deserves to learn. Now, obviously, some people are going to learn faster than others. Some people are going to take a longer time to study and learn the same amount of skills. Other people might have a lot more time to put forth to learn it quicker. It doesn't matter. Learn at your own speed and do this at your own speed, but give it the time it deserves. And only you know if you're giving it a fair shot. But treat it like the business that it is. Okay, let's talk about ordering product. So that product that you get in that starter pack is not meant for your own consumption. That's meant to go give out samples, to start your business, to get customers, to help introduce the product to other people. That's the business starter pack. So we want to talk about getting your own product so you can actually be on the product yourself. And we're going to order products. You're just going to go to either your website, which would be yourname.kyani.net or .com, or you can just go strictly to kyani.net and then log in the top right-hand corner with your user ID, your team ID, and your password. And then you're going to click in the top left-hand corner where it says shop, and then go down to shop and cart or auto ship profiles to switch to the auto ship that you would set up in the beginning. So most likely you would set up an auto ship when you first signed up in the business, which is great. And we want to make sure that we have an auto ship set up because we have 150 QV requirement that comes from your personal customers or yourself. And so we want to make sure that we are contributing to that, especially in the beginning until you get some customers. And so your own product purchase counts towards that 150 QV requirement. So you can go up in the top right-hand corner once you're in your store where it says welcome and then your name, and then you can click on switch to personal shopping. So that's where you can purchase as a customer, which is going to give you higher volume for a little bit higher of a price, or you can stay on your distributor, which is what it defaults to, which gives you discount pricing but lower volume. I'm always purchasing mine as a customer because I want that higher volume. If I'm going to be purchasing it, I want to make sure I get the highest volume I possibly can from it. So that's super important to do. So make sure you click on switch to personal shopper. Be the product of the product. This is why we want to be on the products. We want to make sure that we have our own testimonial. And so, like I just said, if you had set up an auto ship when you first started, congratulations, that's amazing. But you can also change that at any time. And usually, most likely, you're going to be set up with a potato pack donation as well. The potato pack donation is extremely important because for $25 a month, you can feed a family of 5. Now, that might not seem much from you, but once that starts duplicating your business because you set the standard behind it, that feeds a lot of people. That ends up feeding thousands of families once your organization starts growing. But it all starts with what you do first. People are going to do as you do, not do as you say. So we want to make sure that if you can, donate $25 extra a month, throw it on the auto ship on top of the your monthly products, and start donating. And as you start making more money in Team Fusion and Kyani, you can actually upgrade your pledge. Like I'm on a $200 a month potato pack pledge because the more money I make, the more money I want to give back. And that's kind of how the universe works. And that's the best way that you can go about being in this business is leading by example and giving back as much as you possibly can. So now we want to set our goals. This business is much easier done fast than it is done slow. So we already talked about being a qualified distributor. You need 150 qualifying volume QV to do that. We just took care of that. So now our game plan is to have you hit Garnet, Jade, and Pearl. Yeah, go through your fast start, grab that $100 at Garnet, that $200 at Jade, and that $700 totaling $1,000 after you hit Pearl. So we want to have a game plan. We want to try to have you hit Garnet as soon as possible. You can certainly hit Garnet in a couple of days. All it is 1,000 QV split between 2 of your friends. You have 2 business partners, and then you have a total of 1,000 in sales flowing up between those 2 people, and that's going to make you Garnet. So that's important. Jade is just 2,000 qualifying volume funneling up between 2 of your friends, your 2 business partners. Pearl's 5,000 qualifying volume funneling up, and then Sapphire is where you need your 3rd leg open, but you only need 500 QV in that 3rd leg, and so that's where you qualify for the Dream Car. So this is how I break it down to everybody. I want everybody to have short-term goals and long-term goals. I would love to see everybody strive to hit Sapphire in their first 31 days, but that's going to take a lot of effort. That's going to take some commitment. So if you're really only doing this super passively, don't set a goal to be Sapphire in your first 31 days and let yourself down. Set a goal. Hell, let's hit Pearl. Let's hit Jade in your first 31 days if you're going to be doing this super, super passive. But if you are going to give this a real fair shake and you're going to give it the time it deserves, even like an hour a night, you can certainly hit Sapphire in your first 31 days. We can set that as a goal. And then, but we also want to keep a long-term goal, because if you don't hit Sapphire in your first 31 days, that's perfectly fine. Even if it took you a year to build an income that's going to be paying $1,500 to $2,000 extra a month into your bank account, and then paying for your car at the same time, even if it took you 12 months to do that, that's powerful. That's an extremely strong position to be in, even after 12 months of being in the business. But we have people doing it in 18 days. I did it in 21 days. We have people doing it in less than 30 days, in 45 days, in 6 months. It's all over the place. It depends on how much the commitment you can give to this. But just remember, this business is done much easier fast than it is done slow. Taking it for what it's worth. I always like to use the popcorn analogy. When you have a microwave, then you can put popcorn in the microwave and set it for 3 minutes. And then if you set it for 3 minutes, but every 15 seconds you open the door and pause for a couple seconds and then shut the door and turn it back on, and then open the door and close the door and turn it back on, that popcorn is never going to cook. It's so much easier done fast if you just let the 3 minutes run out real quick, make some short-term sacrifices for a long-term gain. So give this business as much as you possibly can in the beginning, but everybody's different. If you can give this 15 minutes a night, awesome. If you can give it an hour a night, awesome. If you can give it 4 hours a day, awesome. Whatever it is, just communicate that with us and with your sponsor and your upline Sapphire, and we can design a plan for you to reach whatever goal as fast as we can, okay? Family first. Now, this is crucial. This is very, very important. As you see on the screen right there, this is a breakdown, a little cartoon breakdown of what your legs are going to look like. You are up at the top, and then you have 3 separate legs with 3 top people. After those 3 top people in each one of those legs, it is going to break down and break down and break down and break down and expand, 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 expand. Now, if you have someone that's coming in 100 people deep in your business, all of that volume is funneling up through those 3 top people. You cannot be at the top of your business and have that volume not come through you. So that's why we want to put our parents, our loved ones, our husband, our wife, our best friend, our cousin, our aunt, whoever it might be that we care about most in those top positions, regardless if they're going to work this business or not. I'll repeat that, regardless if they're going to work this business or not. Mr. Miles Stallard down the bottom there, him and his wife, Heidi Stallard, have 17 Kyani cars in their family. In the picture there, you see the mother, the father, the sister, the brother-in-law. It's insane. It's insane how many people, most of them are diamonds or above, making $15,000 a month or more. Now, they weren't completely all in right in the beginning, but Miles had the foresight to put them at the top of his business. So as he went through and built the rest of his business, which he had to build anyway, they decided to come back around a few months down the line, and that's when they decided to work their business. But they had already had 60% of their business done for them because Miles has to build that anyway. If you're at the top and then you put your father where it says parents over on the left, whether that's your father or some complete stranger, somebody has to go there. Somebody has to. That's just how it works. And somebody has to go in that position. And now, would you rather your father there so everybody below benefits him? Or would you rather your father way down the bottom to the left? Way down the bottom to the left where only the people directly underneath him is going to help him in that position. Nobody to the right of him is going to help him. So we much rather our parents, our loved ones at the very top, a best friend. I put my business partner for my past business in that top position. You want to make sure that you have the person that you care about there. And there's a script down the bottom. I don't care if you want to work this business with me or not. I am going to blow this up, and I refuse to have you not be at the top of it all. So that's something very simple, but you've got to be, if you truly believe you're going to build this, if you truly am all in and you're saying, I'm making a commitment that I'm going to do this, why would you not want to make sure that your family's there? That just makes complete sense to me to make sure your family's there. So next step, after we get your family and loved ones in, those are the first ones that come in as business partners because we don't want anybody to get above them. Now it's time to make your list. Now it's time to make your top 5 customer, your top 5 business. But what I like to say is your never-ending list because you will never run out of people to contact. You might run out of best friends and close family members, but you need to go into this business under the assumption that your friends and family might not join your business. And if they don't, it's not the end of the world. If you want to become a lawyer and you're like, hey, I want to become a lawyer, you're not going to say, you know what, none of my friends are criminals, so I can't become a lawyer. You know, or if you want to become a doctor, you can't say, you know what, none of my friends or family is sick, so I can't become a doctor. You're going to pick a profession, and then you're going to go out and find the people that could use your services. This is the exact same way. I would love it if my friends and family join my business. If they don't, that's not the end of the world. I will go out and find people that will. I will go out and find customers that do want to use my product. I'm not going to rely on my friends and family. It's not the end-all, be-all. But we want to put them in first, if possible. After friends and family, who's your top 5? Who are the top 5 people that you know that could benefit from this product? Who are the top 5 people that you would want to be business partners with? Now, if you have a cousin, Tony, who you don't care for too much, and you guys fight like cats and dogs every 3 seconds, don't put him on your list. If you have a friend, Tracy, who's just negative about everything that she's ever done in life, probably don't put her on your list. You want to put people that you want to be in business with. If you're running a multi-million-dollar business, who would you want to be in business with? Who's going to be the most supportive? Who could be the best asset to it? Who are people that you might even be afraid to talk to? That's what we call a chicken list. Those are very important people. I'm going to go over them in a second, but this could be a combination from friends, family, people you know, people you don't know, anybody. Make a list, top five. Your new app, which is being launched any day now, is going to help you do that right from the app. So that's going to be super simple to do, but also have a paper copy. You want to make sure you have a notebook. Again, we're professionals here. You know, we're running a business. You want to make sure you have a paper notebook and you start making that never-ending list, because trust me, you will never run out of people. There's 8.1 million people, I believe, in the greater Boston area, where we're located here in Boston, just in an hour driving distance of Boston. I will never contact everybody. Like, it's impossible. So keep that list going, and you'd be surprised on who you think of and who you remember. Like, oh man, Tracy, she was my hairdresser when I was back in high school, or whatever. Names come to your head, and you want to write them down. Write down everybody. So here's how to get some customers. So here's a script, a whole conversation that was put in the Diamond Group, and you can screenshot this. You can pause the video here. I'm not going to go through and read it all, but I did change on step 3. It was $5 a day for the health triangle, but now it's only $3 a day. So I did change that. So if you can't read that, that's a 3. That's $3. But that's just one way of getting customers. But you know what the easiest way to get customers is just be real. Just be real and let people know, like, hey, if you have arthritis, if you have an issue, if you have some kind of health ailment, hey, let's see if this works for you. It's a money back guarantee. You know, what's it hurt? You're gonna get your money back regardless. So try it. You know, try it. Even if you don't have a health ailment, like, this is good nutrition. This is the best nutrition from all over the world that's all compacted into something that's $3 a day. Now, we spend more than $3 a day on coffee, most of us. So why wouldn't we want to get the world's best nutrition for less than $3 a day? That's just how I go about it. But there's many different ways you can go about getting customers. You can ask for your friends and family to support you and give it a try and do you a favor. You can go out and send testimonial videos, which I'll get into in a minute. But there's many different routes. Screenshot this video, and we'll move on to the next section. Living room to living room. This business is built living room to living room by home meetings. Super simple to do, super duplicatable, and it's something that has been huge in network marketing forever. Since the end of time, this is how companies have become billion-dollar businesses from doing this. Ask your sponsor to help you book 2 home meetings. 2 home meetings, and they're going to be able to come to your house and plug in their laptop right to your TV and give a whole presentation right there, right then and there, and to your friends and family, your close relatives, whoever it might be, and run the business right from your living room. That is super easy to invite people to because it's a comfortable setting. So make sure you book 2 home meetings with your sponsor's help. To get that started. You want to do that immediately. And if you don't have a living room, we can do it other places, but a living room is the best solution. Again, this is not something you have to do if you don't want people in your house. We're not telling you have to have people in your house, but I highly suggest that you do. It's a great tool to have, and it's an extremely powerful tool to have. So moving on. These are videos that I want you to search and save. These are crucial tools. And I share one of these videos with people every time I talk to them. And every time I'm prospecting someone, especially the Giles story, the very top story. This is a very important video, especially to me, because I got to see most of this interaction live. Kirsty Medlock's a friend of mine who's in the video, and little boy had a brain tumor, and he was in St. Jude's Hospital, non-cognitive, couldn't really talk, couldn't walk, on a morphine drip for 9 months. And when he was introduced to this product, the video explains the interaction between the 2 of them. That's a story that if I were you, I would very much learn all about Meet Kirsty Medlock. You can friend her on Facebook. You can talk to me about her. And the Guile story is something that is just really, really passionate to me. I'm really passionate about. The Kyani testimonial from Dr. Gerald Edwards, who's a doctor, and his son has autism, and he explains how the product has helped his son. And then Kyani's Sadie White video. So that's just a brand new video. It just came out when we were in Homecoming down in Texas last weekend. It's an amazing video. I don't even know how to explain it. You gotta save it, search it, watch it, and use it. Here's other videos. You have YouTube videos to save. We Have a Better Way. So that's from Mr. James Bradford, Double Red Diamond in the Business. That's an overall product in business video that you can show to people, you can send to people. The overall product video is the next one. Jarrell Freeman's an NFL player that's on our team. Tiana Lai is another great video to share with women. Screenshot this page so you can go and search out the videos. And this is how we peek and pass. This is how we just share a video that's like a little trailer to a movie to get people interested and to learn more. So save these for your arsenal to use. Hannah Smith's a diamond. She's a 19-year-old diamond who hit the rank of diamond at 18 years old. David Nieves, he's our purple diamond. All of our mentors. Austin Sheets, he's a veteran. He's a green diamond. He's a young 20-year-old, 20-something-year-old who's averaging about $45,000 a month. There's my video. It's not the greatest video. I'm going to be redoing another one, but that's me in case you want it. Trading videos to save. So you want to subscribe to Team Fusion Lifestyle. That's a very, very important channel to subscribe to. And then the next video is from Mr. Miles Stallard. This is a must watch. You have to watch this. This will help put everything in perspective for you when it comes to prospecting and finding new business partners. Learn how to present like a pro with Sarang Kong. Very important video to watch. It's going to teach you how to speak and how to present this business like a pro. It might not be something you need to watch in your first week or two, but definitely something you want to save and go back to further along down the business. These are important links to know. Your website. Your website is going to be your name, first and last name, no spaces, .kyani.net. Your direct link to the Triangle of Health is going to be your name, .kyaniviral.com/triangle. Your direct link to the webinar is going to be your name, .stoptherock.com/payphone. Now, if someone goes to that link, they're going to see a quick 2-minute video that's going to give them a brief trailer to what we're doing. Then they're going to be asked to enter in information to see the full webinar. Now, just be sure to let them know if you send them that link that information only goes to you, and to not freak out, not enter it. That's just how you keep track of your business. That's an extremely important business tool, and if they're in the business, it will work for them as well. Moving on. Master the invite. 2 sentences that will get you paid. 2 sentences that you need to beat into your head, and so you make sure that you do not verbal diarrhea over people. You do not want to vomit information on people when you first get into the business. 2 sentences. You need to see what I saw. Hey, man, you need to see what I saw. You need to come check this presentation out. Or, hey, you need to see what I saw. You need to watch this video. Hey, you need to hear what I heard. You need to hear what I heard, man. You have to talk to my mentor. He'll be able to explain more. I'm brand new. I don't really know all the details yet. I can't explain it, but you just need to hear what I heard. That's what made sense to me is what I heard. You need to hear that in order for it to make sense to you. Use those 2 sentences to get them to either watch a webinar or watch one of those videos. Get them on a 3-way call, have a home meeting, or get them to one of our Tuesday night DFY events. Use those sentences, please, ladies and gentlemen. Like, do not try to present this business. You want to just invite. You want to invite. That's your goal. That is the entire goal of what you do, is to invite, not to present. Let me present for you. You invite them to see my presentation. Does that make sense? So just learn those 2 sentences. For friends, you want to stay real and stay excited. And this is clearly very, very lax terminology. So If this is not how you talk to your friends, then don't talk like this. But I'm just using it as an example. Hey, bro. Hey, girl. I don't know what you're doing tonight, but you're coming over here. You need to see what I saw. I don't care what you're doing tonight. I don't care what plans you have. You're canceling them. You're coming over. You need to see what I saw. I'm going to make sure that you don't miss this. Cancel whatever you're doing. Just be excited, be real, be passionate, and be non-negotiable. Now, whether you talk a different way than that to your friends, and that's fine. But the whole point of this is to people that you have close relationships with, be direct. When I first got in this business, I saw a few of my friends. I'm like, hey, listen, I don't care what you say. I am going to hound you until you look at this. I don't care if you do it. I don't care if you buy the product. I don't care what you do after you look at it, but I'm not going to leave you alone until you look at it. So make sure that that's what you do with the people you're close with. Peak and pass. So now this is for someone that you might look up to. So this is especially for someone that is an extremely successful business owner, someone that might be more successful than yourself. This is what we call the chicken list. This is very important for you young ladies and gentlemen to understand, because this is what's going to get you into a different age group. If you are 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 years old, you want to get into your parents' and your friends' parents' age groups to be able to get into a higher influential group of people. So this is a great script to be able to do that. So obviously in the pictures shown is Mr. Bill Gates and Mr. Warren Buffett, but I go, hello, Mr. Bill Gates. I've always admired your success in business, and I look up to you very much. Would you do me a favor and analyze a business opportunity for me and give me your feedback? Because if you say this is something that you really, really believe I should be doing, I'm going to go full steam ahead with it. But, you know, everybody likes to have their ego flattened a little bit. And so nobody's going to say no to you if you give them a compliment and say, hey, I truly value your opinion and their business foresight, you know. And if you don't, if that would be a lie for you to say, then don't try to get them into your business. But if you do truly believe that they have great sight in business, this is something you can ask them. You ask them to look at it, and then by them just giving you their opinion on it, most of the time it's going to get them to see all the information. It's going to get them to be pretty interested in what you're doing. So that's a great approach to have, especially like I said, if you're on the younger side. Something very, very big to remember, and I'll get more into this into the next video, but people do not buy what you do. They buy why you do it. Now that comes from Simon Sinek, which is a nationally published author, and he has a book, It Starts With Why, but it's so true. So I want to give you an example here. So this is two different scenarios, and this is a little fun, but if I'm a guy and I'm trying to get a date, okay, guy one is out there trying to get a date. He's going to meet a girl, and he's going to say to that girl, I'm a very successful person. I make a lot of money. Many people look up to me. I drive a Maserati. I have a Breitling watch. Want to date me? Now, most of the time, we're all going to say that's probably not going to go over too well with that girl. Now, you might hit 1 out of 100 that's kind of just in it for the material objects that he stated in what he said. But most people are not going to be not going to take too kindly to that. Now, the second guy says practically the same thing, but in a different way. I get to wake up and do something that I love, and it allows me to inspire people every single day. I've been very fortunate that by helping others become successful, I've been able to have great success for my family as well. Now, which one sounds better, guy one or guy two? Most people are going to say guy two, because it's not bragging, but it's just telling people why he's doing what he's doing, that he loves to help people. So keep that in mind when you're out there talking to people. That don't just get into the whole game of like, oh man, there's people driving Lamborghinis and Maseratis and making $200,000 a year and this and that. Get into why it is passionate for you. Why are you doing this? To help people, going back to your why. Maybe share your why with people before you start getting into the whole facts and figures of the bunch, because people are going to take way more kindly to why you do it than what exactly you do. So I hope that kind of resonates with you guys. Here's some scripts. Again, I'm not going to go into reading them all, but this is a successful friend of mine. I'm going to quickly get into this one. And please forgive me if some of the spelling is wrong. I do things quickly, so sometimes it comes off wrong, like I spelled it. I didn't say his name. Okay, so Kyle looks sick, my man. Hey, I want to talk business. I want you to prosper from the business that I'm building. Are you open to another source of income that won't impact what you currently do? That's just quickly saying, hey, man, I'm being blunt. He said, yeah, no problem. Doing what? And then I go into talking about what I do. I teach people how to build an additional income stream from their phone. This guy's a business guy, so I started talking about that we have top realtors and top ranking police figures and professional athletes and whatnot. So screenshot that and be able to use something along those lines for yourself as well. Cold market. Okay, so this is somebody I didn't know at all that I found on Facebook, and I just reached out blatantly like, hey, Sarah, I see you from Rockland. Are you still living there, still living locally? Hey, no, I'm not. I'm not from Rockland, but I lived there for a while. Oh, okay, you still local. I live in Taunton. Oh, awesome. The reason I ask, I run a company that I'm expanding in the area where I teach people to build a source of income via their smartphone that markets two products, a world-class health product and an anti-aging stem cell skincare line. If I sent you a little bit of info, would you check it out? She said, sure. I said, perfect. I want to share with you the reason why this is so important to me. Now, that link that I shared before I shared any video about the business was the Guile story, because I want them to be touched. I want them to watch a quick 3-minute video that shows them how impactful that this is, shows them that this isn't just a diet product or a look better in a bikini product, that this is an actual product that's given tons of value into people's lives before they start to pass judgment on what we're doing, to get them to be more inclined to look at what we do. Leave them wanting more. So this is someone that said no to me. They said, thank you for thinking of me, but I'm going to have to pass. Have a wonderful day. And that's no problem. Do me a favor, though. Keep an eye out on my profile to see what goes on. I hate to have you pass on completely on something that you don't know what it is. You're someone that I think could really be great for this. So thank you, and you have a wonderful night, too. That got her to change her tone. Yes, of course. Can you tell me a short little blurb about it? And so on and so forth. So I went into it, and that's when I sent the video of Guile again and a link to the app. And so not all the time is a no a no. A no just might be they weren't attracted the right way, or maybe a no means not right now. So just keep that in mind. You can use that little blurb. Okay, no problem. Do me a favor though. Screenshot this. Make sure you save that for your notes. Take notes on that. Keep the light on them, not you. So what's super important is to remember, and I want you to have this in your mind every time you do business, every time you're talking to somebody and prospecting someone, is I want you to picture you and yourself, you and them in a dark room, and whoever speaks has the flashlight on them, as shown in the picture here. Now, if I keep talking, the light's going to be on me. And the more I talk, the light's going to stay on me. Where does that leave them? That leaves them in the dark. We don't want to leave people in the dark, because that's how you lose people. People don't want to hear about you. People want to talk about themselves. Keep that light on them by asking questions. People will tell you how to talk to them. People will tell you what they're looking for and what they need in life by you just simply asking questions. So that is super important to remember, that you want to become a solution, not a sales pitch. Ask questions to find out how this business can help them. Build a relationship. So an example, if I'm talking to Stacy, I'm going to keep asking questions about how Stacy's life is going, what's going on in Stacy's life, until I find out Stacy is upset because she doesn't know how she's going to pay for her son's Pop Warner football this year. Now that, boom, that becomes an opportunity for me to offer a solution to her problem. Now, I'm sorry to hear that. I can actually help you with that, though. If I could show you a way to make money for your son's football league, you know, throw her son's name. Use people's actual names. People want to hear that you're paying attention to what they're saying. All in your spare time from an app on your phone. Would you be interested in that? You know, you really need to have a good heart to be successful in this business. And if you're just out to get stuff for yourself without making a real impact in people's lives, you're not going to get very far. So you want to get, if this is not how you think as it is, you want to learn to think like this. You want to learn to actually start looking for how we can help people. Because if you don't know how this business could help somebody, then you don't know how to talk to this person about this business. And frankly, you shouldn't be talking to this person about this business unless you can figure out why this person needs this business. Because if you can't figure it out, they're not going to be able to figure it out. So keep that in mind. Now, there's a couple of quick lines. I'm just curious. I love using I'm just curious because it's a very non-aggressive way to ask a question. You know, I'm just curious. If I was to invite you to an event where you can learn how to build a six-figure income by running a business from an app on your phone, would you be interested in coming? You know, very, very non-aggressive question. And if they say no, be like, good, I wasn't going to ask you anyway. I was just curious. You know, that's an easy out for you. But that's a joke. But it's a non-aggressive, non-abrasive way to ask a question. I'm just curious, if I was to show you how to run a business from an app on your phone that wouldn't interfere with anything that you currently do, would extra income be useful to you? Now notice how I ended that with, would extra income be useful to you? That's a question that anybody's going to say yes to. So I would throw that at the end of anything. You know, would extra income be useful to you? Of course it would be. You know, of course it would be. And notice that I say without interfering with with anything you currently do. I'm already knocking out an objection before they even ask me it. They're not going to come back and say, hey, you know, I'm too busy. When I just said that this doesn't interfere with anything you currently do. Oh, hey, I already have a business going on. Cool. I just said it doesn't interfere with anything you currently do. Now, these are very simple scripts you can use verbatim and use the exact same lingo, but just start to keep in mind, start looking at things, start looking at the way we word things, because everything is worded a specific way for a reason. You know, you probably could say something that's similar, but wouldn't come across the same or wouldn't have the same impact without using those words and without using it in that order. So just keep in mind that everything we say or do is for a reason. So if your upline or your sponsor or your chain of solution tells you to say something and it might not sound right to you, it's probably for a very good reason that they're saying it. So keep that in mind. Here's an awesome script to use. Be confident. This is referring to myself as a mentor. Hey, I was having a conversation with one of my mentors. He has teamed up with some extremely successful entrepreneurs, makes well over 6 figures a year, and has a personal business that's doing up to $1 million in volume this year using a mobile application. He asked me to put together a list of business-minded people who can help us expand the company here. You were in the top. You were one of the top people I thought of because that's where you're going to insert a compliment. Because I remember you always so sharp. Because I remember you were always great at leading people. Because I always remember you were successful. Would an extra stream of residual income that doesn't impact what you currently do be beneficial to you? There we go with that same ending again. It's perfect, it's short, it's sweet, it's right to the point, and it gets you out of the way. So this is a great script if you don't have much credibility. If you're younger, if your friends or family don't know you as a business person, this gets you right out of the way. This says, hey, it's not me, I'm not the guy, I'm not the one. I'm going to put you on the phone with the person that is the one. I'm going to put you on the phone with the person that is the person that's running this business, is the person that's being successful with this business, and let you talk to them. It gets you right out of the way. Adjectives make the difference. So let me introduce you to one of the highest earning Jades in the Northeast. This person has incredible business sense and is building their business extraordinarily fast by getting 2 promotions in their first month. Now, listen to how impactful that sounds. This is just a Jade in the business that we're talking about like they're the double black diamond of all double black diamonds. Now, Jade's a great promotion, Jade's a great level, and there's nothing to say that a Jade isn't a lion, but it is the second level into the business, so most people would be like, oh, that's only the second level into the business. They don't know much better. So this is going to allow people to be seen in the light that they should be seen because of the adjectives that we use. So learn adjectives. Everything is how you say it. It's not necessarily what you say, it's how you say it that matters. Here's the dynamics of a 3-way call. So the downline, this is for you to get your upline on a 3-way call. Get to a 3-way call ASAP. The less you do, the more powerful it works. Have your prospect download the app and watch the webinar before, if possible. This is where your best judgment comes into play. If it's a very open and responsive person, go right into the webinar after the peak. If not, you can use your upline to build value for them to watch it. So sometimes you can get me right on the phone. If it's somebody that you don't think is going to be able to watch that webinar and be interested after watching it, you can get me on the phone first to get them to be interested in watching it. Edification is key. You must first build so much value in your upline that your prospect is just jumping to speak with them. This means not only using real facts about your upline's accomplishments, but also what they've done to help others succeed as well. This is something that one of my business partners, Mr. Tyler Morgan, said to someone to get them on the phone with myself. When I first saw it, I knew I loved it, but I wasn't sure how I would be with it. But the guy who's mentoring me is literally a genius. He's been building businesses and mentoring people for the last 15 years. He's driving a Maserati paid for by the company and is making over 6 figures in just 16 weeks. Even more importantly is that he's helped so many others get their paid for cars too. He literally pours into me every day so much knowledge that it makes it so simple to succeed with his help. He doesn't get paid unless we get paid, and he's helping a lot of people get paid. I'd love to try to connect you two on the phone so we can explain it in better detail. I'll see if I can schedule a call. Is now or this evening better for you? Always give them 2 options. Don't say, hey, what time's a good time for you? Say, hey, is afternoon or morning or night, or is now or is 6 or is 8. Give them 2 options to make them pick one or the other. If you usually say when is a good time, they're going to say never is a good time. So don't give them an out. Time is valuable. Make sure you schedule a time for the call, and stress the importance of punctuality as if this call was with the President of the United States himself. Like, don't let them not see the value in your upline to where they'll blow off a call, where they'll think the call is going to be ran around their schedule. If you want to get on the phone with the President of the United States himself, you probably would have to be on time for that phone call. Otherwise, he wasn't going to take the phone call. He's not exactly waiting around to talk to you. Make sure you send a summary of the prospect to the upline before the call. Call prospect 5 minutes before call time and re-edify, merge, call, and introduce. So it would go something like this. Hello, Mr. Burks. This is Tom. Tom, this is Mr. Burks. Boom. You mute your phone. You listen. You do not ever, ever, ever interrupt. Record if you can for later reference. Your upline will give instructions at the end of the call so you know what the next step would be. Boom. So this is an example again. You can screenshot this. I'm not going to read it for time's sake. Boom, screenshot it. It's another example that Mr. Tyler Morgan has done to edify me and get me on a 3-way call. All we're doing, ladies and gentlemen, is sorting. We're sorting people. So you have to keep in mind that each person we contact or we talk about this business to is just like pulling Skittles or jelly beans or M&Ms out of a jar. You know, sometimes you pull a green one. Green ones are good. Sometimes you pull a red one. Red one's not so good. Sometimes you pull a brown one. Brown one's not good at all. Sometimes you'll pull 10 brown ones in a row. Sometimes you'll pull a couple green ones in a row. You never know. But all you do know that every M&M or Skittle that you pull out of that jar, you're getting one closer to the one you're looking for. And as long as you keep that in mind, you don't have to worry about anything else, and just know that that is the basis of what we do. And don't make it emotional. Do not, people aren't saying no to you. People aren't blowing you off. People aren't ignoring you. They're just ignoring an opportunity they think they know about, or they think that they wouldn't be good at, or they think that it's not a good idea when they don't know in theory. And most people will come back around. You know, 90% of the people who have joined my business, that I personally sponsor in this business, has come after them seeing me months and months at a time doing this business. And then they realized that they missed out, and they came back around to contacting me. So just keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. All right, objections. So now we're winding down this training video. Objections is not something I want you to worry about too much in the beginning. That's something for your upline to handle. But you're going to come across them, and so we're gonna tackle how to handle some of the major ones, just so you have your posture. It's all about how you hold your posture when someone says something. Like one of the major things people are going to say to you is, "Man, that looks like a pyramid scheme," or "Is that one of those pyramid thingies?" And the very first thing I want you to do is ask them, be like, "Hey, what is a pyramid scheme? What do you define as a pyramid thingy?" Because 90% of the time, they're going to tell you that it's one of those things where the people above you make money, or you make the people above you money, and you're going to be like your job, you know, or it's and they can't explain it. They can't explain it, and so that's a very easy swap. Because then you can be like, "Hey, man, everything's set up like a pyramid. It's business. That's business 101. You have a CEO at the top. You have a president. You have vice presidents, middle management, team leaders, supervisors, hardworking employees down the bottom. Everything, the government's set up that way. The military's set up that way. That's just the levels of leadership. It's the same everywhere. The only difference about our pyramid and the corporate pyramid is you can actually make your way to the top. Unlike the bagger or the cashier at Walmart is not going to become the CEO of Walmart. And so that's our advantage. And that's something you want to just completely just hold posture, give a little laugh, you know, be like, don't worry, man. I thought the same thing, but that's just not how it's not how it is. You know, the pyramid schemes are illegal. An actual pyramid scheme is an illegal enterprise that doesn't involve products being sold at all, and it's only recruitment. So clearly we're not a pyramid scheme because we have product. So that's an easy one to overcome. Network marketing. People have a very terrible stigma about network marketing. And that's a funny one too, because people say, "Oh, I don't want to aggravate my friends," or "Why would you buy from a network marketing company?" And I mean, who likes advertisements these days? You know, the reason why I like network marketing is because I don't believe in aggravating advertisement tactics of today. I don't. You know, dear YouTube, it's pretty safe to say we assume that everybody's going to skip the ad. You know, who's watching a YouTube video and just can't wait for that ad to come up? That's nobody wants that ad to pop up. Every day there's 2.4 billion brand-related conversations in America. You know, word of mouth advertising is way more effective than any other kind of advertisement out there. A personal testimonial from a loved one is what's going to get your attention, not a billboard, not the product being on aisle 3 of GNC. It's the testimonial from someone that you love, someone that you care about, that is going to get your attention. Never mind the fact that $25 billion is spent annually on talent. You know, celebrities are getting all this money. 20% of all advertising uses celebrity talent. $30 million of endorsements just in one NFL game. So all that money saved by not running ads goes to the consumer, being us, for sharing the product. The money stays in the hands of the people. The company owners don't spend money for no reason whatsoever for a billboard or a pop-up ad or some kind of commercial that's not effective. They only spend money when products being purchased. That's amazing because that's going to save them money. That's going to make us money. And that's the best system you could possibly have. You know, there's no boss, there's unlimited earning and a fair promotion system. So you don't have a boss that you have to ask for a promotion or hopefully get promoted one day. You get promoted the more volume that you have in your business. The more products that you sell, the higher up in the ranks you go. That's how it should be. That's the fair way of getting promoted. You know, whoever's putting the work in should be the one that gets to the top. So you don't get to the top of a network marketing company by politics, by buying your way to the top. You can't do it. You know, you have to work your way to the top. And every day there's a new top, and everybody has their own top of their own organization. So that's one of the beautiful things about network marketing. So people really need to come to terms with network marketing. It's probably one of the smartest business models you could possibly think of. So this is it. This is going to be your go-to every time. Feel, felt, found. Feel, felt, found. That is absolutely your go-to. I know how you feel. I felt the same way, but what I found was blank. It works every single time. This gets the MVP award for the most used tool in our industry. So this is going to be how it works right here. Okay, here's an objection. I don't have enough time to do those things. You know, I know exactly how you feel. I felt the same way at first too. But what I found out was that this business is set up in a way that no one is too busy to do it. Boom, handle it. I'm not good at those things. Man, I know exactly how you feel. I felt the exact same way at first too. But what I found out was that there's a simple system in place that eliminates the factor of skill. As long as you can follow direction, you can succeed in this. Boom, handled. Every time, feel, felt, found. Feel, felt, found. I don't have enough money. Boom, easy. I know exactly how you feel. I felt the same way at first too. But what I found out was it costs more money to file for bankruptcy than it does to start in this business. It is so simple to overcome objections with feel, felt, found. And then boom, right, let's get you on the phone with my mentor so he or she can explain more. Super simple. Get yourself out of the way. Again, don't try to handle too many objections. Try to get right on the phone with your mentor. But feel, felt, found is the go-to if you need to get yourself out of a sticky situation. So things to remember, every objection can easily be overcome by using common sense. Take notes, record your uplines 3 ways to learn. When you're on a 3-way, use Tape-A-Call, which is an app that we download, and record it. And then use that to learn on how your mentor and your upline, your sponsor, handles objections. And we get the same handful of objections every single time. So you'll be a pro in no time. Stay confident and keep it simple. Never ever get defensive, no matter how much people might want to poke fun at what we do or give you a hard time. Just never get defensive. We know what we have here, and people don't know what they don't know, so don't worry about it. And you never know. Usually the most skeptical people at first end up becoming business partners, so you don't want to burn a bridge. Know when to hold them, know when to fold them. You know, sometimes it's okay to push to get some objections out of people, because a lot of times the objections are just really saying that I'm nervous and I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can do this. So that's something we want to know, because they can do it. We just need to let them know that. But then there's sometimes people are just very, very too skeptical, and you just leave them alone. Just walk away, you know, have a great day. If someone comes at you with 17 reasons why they don't want to do this business, then hey, they probably don't want to do this business. So don't worry about it. Take it away from them. People expect to be in control and to be chased. We have the item of value, not them. We are by invitation only for a reason. So if someone says no to your opportunity, say, hey, you know what? That's okay. I'm looking for strong business-minded individuals that want to work to build an asset and work for themselves instead of being an employee for someone else. If this is not you, then maybe you can direct me to someone that it is. You know, get through them. Ask for a referral. A lot of the times, by you taking the offer off the table, people will come back more and want it even more. So keep that in mind. That's something that's a tool you absolutely have in your book. This isn't for everybody. You know, this isn't for everybody. So if someone's completely negative, or someone's like, hey, why don't you pay for me to get in? If it's that good, you know what, man? That's okay. It's not for everybody. I'm gonna go on to the next one, but I wanted to give you the opportunity first and see how quickly they come back around. Social media is the powerfulest, most powerfulest tool and platform that we have, and this can make or break your business. So I want you to pay attention real closely. You do not want to post statuses saying Kyani, saying Team Fusion. You do not want to post products. What's going to happen is if you start saying Kyani this, Kyani that, or Team Fusion this, or Team Fusion that, people are going to start to Google it to see what you're doing. You don't want people to Google your business. You want people to ask you about your business. Anybody can write anything on Google. Google can lead someone to somebody else's website. You don't want that. You want to create curiosity that makes someone ask you what you're doing. That is the key. So we're not one of those companies that plasters Facebook with our product. That is not effective. And honestly, a lot of people just get turned off by that and don't want to do that. So that limits the amount of business partners that we can actually have if we did that. But we don't. So that's a good thing, you know. Here's a couple of examples. You know, be yourself, speak from your heart, mind, and just being interested in person. Miss Leandra Matthews here says, I couldn't be more excited about my life and where I'm headed. It's hard to contain how happy I am. The day in and day out. Helping people is what I do and what I work towards every day, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Hashtag helping others, hashtag giving back to the world, hashtag impacting 1 million lives by 2018. Awesome post. Vanessa Kennedy, another one. One's destination is not always a place, but always a new way of seeing things. There's something out there that can literally change your life in a second if you really want it. With a beautiful picture of a skyline and a couple of planes. She's traveling. These are powerful posts. This is what's going to get people interested in what we're doing. Be vague and mysterious, you know. Post pictures at these events. Post pictures of people dressed up. Post pictures of people smiling. That's important. You know, that's super important because you want to show people that you have a change in your life. You want to show people that you're doing big things in life, but you don't want to let them know exactly what you're doing. You want to get them curious. You want to get them to ask you. That is the absolute key. Dress how you want to be addressed. It's so important. That's key. You know, men, wear suits, wear a tie, dress to impress. This is not a thing that you show up to in sweatpants or hoodies and t-shirts. Like this is where we go, and we dress the way we want people to talk to us. And so especially at events, you know, every day during home meetings and the casual business, absolutely wear a Team Fusion shirt, t-shirt, jeans, you know. But for the most part, especially at DFY, which is a very professional event, and just whenever you want to get addressed as a business person, dress like a business person. This is a wonderful picture of 6 young ladies that are showing a different array of looks that you can achieve and still get the professional, classy look, and get the respect that you deserve. Take advantage of our events. We just talked about that. It's crucial, you know, because especially you can post pictures with your mentor and have people already see that somebody's there helping you and guiding you, because that's one of the biggest fears that people have, is that they don't have support. And if you can show them just visually with a picture of how much support you have around you, that's clutch. Events, okay, we're closing this out right now. Events creates diamonds. Events create diamonds. You work 40 hours a week or more at your normal job. This business, this company only has 5 events a month. 5 events a month. Every Tuesday at 7:30, we have our DFY. That's our hotel event. Every Tuesday at 7:30, we have our DFY. And then for the first Saturday of each month, we have a regional event. It's a training event. It's usually between 10 and 3 or 9 and 4, or roughly around that time. And that's it. That's it. You can build a business by showing up. Those who show up, go up. Utilize these events, make it work. Use these 5 events a month to make sure you don't have to work 40 hours or more a week for the rest of your life. It's around 9 hours a month of events instead of 40 hours a week. That can save you everything. Now, I want you to pause on this screen because this is some of the recaps of our last homecoming convention that we just came back from this past weekend. And I'm not going to go through and read them all because I want to keep this video short, but I want you to pause on this and read them and get to hear what people actually have to say about these events. You need to go and get your ticket at www.teamfusionevents.com to our next big conference event. And if you're brand new in the business, within your first 72 hours, you get a special discounted rate. So make sure you utilize that and talk to your upline, talk to your sponsor, go on that website and get your ticket. Make sure you pause on the screen so you can read the actual words of the people that went there. Why are events so important? The event isn't necessarily about you, but it's about your team. You know, if you're already in the business and you already have a handful of people with you, you want to bring people to see the bigger picture. You want people to see these events and see how many people are actually involved in this company, the DFY event or the big American convention or the international convention or the homecoming where there's thousands upon thousands of people. Social proof. A DFY, a hotel event with a room full of 300 people has a much greater effect on a guest than a room of 30 people. So we all stand together, no matter if I have a guest or not. I'm at that DFY event. I'm at that hotel event supporting because I certainly will want a room full of 300 people there when I do have a guest. So I'm going to be one of the 300 when somebody else has a guest. So keep that in mind. You can't build value for someone to do something that you don't do yourself. I have never missed an event, ladies and gentlemen. Never once have I missed an event, international event, a homecoming, DFY, a regional event. I don't miss events. I don't miss events, and that's why I am where I am in this business. They motivate, they inspire, they train, they bond. You get a bond with the people that you're working with, and it creates momentum. It creates a massive surge of momentum in your organization. So they're crucial. Time management is super important, whether you're part-time, full-time, sometime, or anytime. It doesn't matter. You don't have to work this business all day, but you want to work this business every day. Whether it's 15 minutes a day or 15 hours a day, just make sure you're consistent. Whatever it is, be strategic about it. Make sure you plan things out accordingly and treat it like the actual business. You go to your job from 9 to 5 or 10 to 6 or whatever time you might go to your job. Have a set time that you work this business, and you'll have a much higher success rate than if you work this just whenever you please. So take it seriously, ladies and gentlemen. Take it seriously. Your 48-hour interview. Have your sponsor help you book your interview with your upline Emerald or Diamond. You know, ask your sponsor, say, hey, who's my upline Emerald or Diamond that I can have an interview with? And we make sure we get on the phone with you as soon as you get in the business within your first 48 hours and just let you know who we are. We find out who you are. And it makes that bond with that higher level of leadership to let you know that we're there. And I find out how I can best serve you during this interview. So that's extremely important. Here's your chain of solution. So Jade goes up to Pearl, goes up to Sapphire, Ruby, Emerald, Diamond. So if you have a question you want to ask your upline Jade, first and foremost, if you have a question. If your upline Jade doesn't have the answer, go to your upline Pearl. If your upline Pearl doesn't have the answer, go to your upline Sapphire. You do not want to go from a Jade and jump right up to a Diamond. This chain of solution is what allows people to have your time back. So when you're a Diamond and you have an organization of 1,000 or more people, you're not going to be able to answer everybody's question. So this chain of command helps you organize that so you can still have your time freedom, but everybody in your organization is supported. So make sure you know this chain of solution. Make sure you know who your uplines are, your Jades, your Pearls, your Sapphires, your Rubies, your Emeralds. Ask your sponsor who they are. Here's your must-have apps. We're going to have you download AllCal, ALLCAL. That is an app that helps you find where all the home meetings are and all the events that are going on in your area. So you're going to download that app. You're going to search for Team Fusion Boston and add yourself. And then that way you're going to be able to add your home meetings to that calendar as well. You'll be able to find where everything is. Obviously, download the Team Fusion app. You're going to download WhatsApp. It's a messenger group. Your sponsor can add you to groups, and make sure that you get all the alerts and announcements. Trust me, we try to make sure that we keep our notifications down to a minimum, but you're running a business from your phone, so you are going to have some notifications. So make sure you get those apps. Join these groups if your sponsor hasn't already put you in it. Team Fusion Boston on Facebook and the regular Team Fusion national page on Facebook. These are the books you want to get. You want to get John C. Maxwell's Failing Forward. That's the first book you want to read. You want to start reading that as soon as possible. That's crucial to business. Or John C. Maxwell's Sometimes You Win, Sometimes You Lose, Learn. Crucial to have that. That would be the second book I'd recommend reading. The Leaders Read. And it's key to actually get as much knowledge as you possibly can about personal development, about business. And so do your homework, ladies and gentlemen. These are must-haves. This is. I want you to go do this immediately after you watch this video. Is download these audios. You can find them in your ebook store or on YouTube. GoPro by Eric Worre. Eric, W-O-R-R-E, Eric Worre, and Jim Rohn, Building Your Network Marketing Business. Those are two audios that you need to download, you need to listen to right away. That's the bread and butter of our business. That's the Bible of our business. This is not a negotiable matter. You need to have these. You don't have to listen to them all right this second, but you definitely want to do this within your first week. Put it in the car while you're playing, while you're driving, while you're exercising, while you're in the treadmill, while you're going for a walk, have your headphones in, whatever you have to do. But listen to this, preferably while sitting down with a notebook and taking notes. I personally have listened to both of these way more than 5 times each, because each time I learn more and more information from it. So make sure you keep that in mind. This is the very last, second to last slide. How many knows you worth? Why worth? This is what I think about every day. I don't care if I get 10,000 people that say no to my opportunity, because I know that my future kids' life depends upon what I do. And so I'm not going to let a no, or someone that doesn't want my opportunity, or someone that's negative, or someone that might poke fun at me, or whatever it might be, ever get in the way of my business. And whether it be that my Kyani business or any of my other businesses. I've never been the person to let anything get in the way of what I'm trying to accomplish. So you have to ask yourself, how many no's is your why worth? Are you going to be one of those people that get 10 no's in a row and you're like, I don't know if this is for me? Or are you going to be the one that's like, hey, I'm doing this regardless. I don't care how many people I say no to. Just this clip comes from the movie A Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith. And if you haven't watched it, I highly suggest you watch it, because it's a true story, and it shows you the heart of somebody that wants to do something amazing for his family and what he's willing to go through. So definitely make sure you keep that in mind. Oh, we just went past my last slide. Call to action. Okay, so this is my call of action to you. From this video, this is what I want to accomplish. I want to help you get 150 QV by getting a handful of customers and becoming your own customer. Okay, I want you to book 2 home meetings, have your sponsor help you put that in all cal. I want you to follow the launch instructions and invite as many people as you can to check out this information. This is a numbers game, ladies and gentlemen. Invite as many people as you can to look at this information. I want you to have your 48-hour interview with your upline Emerald or Diamond. So if you're on my team, you can get right on the phone with me. So your sponsor can set up a 48-hour interview with me. Or upline Diamond, and I want you to have this video help you at least hit the level of Jade, at least get that 2,000 qualifying volume in your first calendar month, and earn a minimum of $300 in bonuses. I definitely like to have this video at least earn you $300, if not more. Learn your craft. Please learn your craft, ladies and gentlemen. We're professionals here, and the more serious you take this, the better off you'll be. This has been an hour and 20-minute training, which is nothing compared to what people put into college for 4 years, or put in 40 hours a week for 40 years at their full-time job to be a professional at what they do. Learn your craft. Do whatever you can. Every day, listen to a little bit of education, a little bit of motivation, and spread your time between motivation, education, and inviting. So you want to balance that out, and then just go out there and take action. Make sure you are taking action, because action is what is going to make you win. and together we will do this. So welcome to the team. I look forward to meet every single one of you. My name is Darren Burks. I live Coyote and love Team Fusion.